Fall's a great time to enjoy the harvest, but it's also a really good time for planting. And one of those things you've really got to plant in the fall is garlic. I've got some amazing varieties at Anderson Seed and Garden. We've got about 15 varieties of garlic in stock right now and all the way through the fall. And nice big cloves. This particular variety is called German Red, one of my personal favorites. I've got another one right here that's called Music, and the Music makes just huge cloves. Really big cloves, but I'm going to show you how to plant garlic. Look at the size of those cloves. Nice big heads, and the cloves inside are just really big. So Music is a great variety. Both of these varieties are hardnecks, so they've got a real hard stem to them. You can, if I break that apart a little bit, you can see how hard that stem is. It's just a real hard stem. These are called hardnecks. The garlic that you buy at the grocery store would be like a variety called Gilroy, and a Gilroy is a soft neck, so that the stem on the top is really pliable and flexible and not hard and firm like this one. But soft necks tend to store the best, and I've got probably 4 or 5 different varieties of soft neck garlic in stock right now. But the hard necks have the richest, most robust flavor, and they taste really good. The Music is one of my favorites, and the German Red is also one of my favorites. And I'm going to show you how to plant those right now. To prep the soil, I've dug a little trench. It's about 3 or 4 inches deep, but I put bone meal down the bottom, and the bone meal is a nice slow release phosphorus fertilizer. It's all natural, it's great for bulbs, and it's excellent for garlic. So just kind of sprinkle a little bit of that bone meal right down the row where we're going to plant the garlic. I like to kind of work it into the soil. That's why I dug the trench a little bit deeper. The bone meal doesn't move very well through the soil. It stays right where you put it. So it works best if you can get it right below the plant that's going to be growing, so the roots will grow right down into that bone meal. So I like to kind of work it into the soil just a little bit. So I'm going to work that bone meal right into the soil, and then we'll plant the garlic right on top of it. This is the Music that we started breaking apart, so we might as well finish. Just break those heads apart, and you're going to get, out of each one of these heads, you're going to get probably 6 to 8 to maybe even 10 cloves. Music has really big cloves, and so you get a lot of meat out of the garlic, but you don't get quite as many heads. So this one's got about 6 heads. But we're going to just break those apart. You take these individual cloves, you plant them about 2 inches deep and about 4 to 6 inches apart. So where I worked that bone meal into the soil, we'll just plant those cloves about that 4 inches apart, and as we cover them up, they're going to be about 2 inches below the surface. We'll put a couple more in there. Bone meal's in there. Bone meal's going to break down very gradually over the next year. It's going to feed them through their entire growing season, which is from fall until about July or early August, when we're going to harvest them next year. So about that far apart. Garlics are all spaced evenly. You just take your soil, just cover those guys up. Garlic's super easy to grow. I'll either run a soaker hose down there, or maybe even a furrow down both sides so we can water them. After you get them planted, you really want to water the garlic. Make sure they have good moisture, good soil moisture through the fall. Water them once every couple of weeks to keep that soil moisture up until we start to really get some rainstorms or even some snow through the fall. We want those to maintain that soil moisture all the way through the fall till the ground freezes. They'll winter over just fine, and they'll come up like crazy next spring. So very easy to plant that garlic. A lot of good varieties in stock, and next year your harvest, where you plant each one of those individual cloves, they'll look like these big heads. So they'll multiply 6 to 8 to 10 times what you plant is what you'll get back next year. So very easy to do, a lot of fun to grow, and garlic's great to enjoy in your cooking, and also to dry as well too. So good luck with your garlic.